Hey guys, how's it going? Hako, Artist Poet, PlayStation 4, Destiny 2, yada yada yada. I had to take my glasses off because it's hard to wear headphones with glasses. Arms, I have really thick frames, unfortunately, because I break my glasses exceedingly easily. I had some nice aviators for reading, and well, not I'm not saying that like actual aviators. The frames, the lenses themselves were pretty modest. But the frames were very lightweight, super nice. Was really comfortable wearing those with my headphones, and unfortunately, one afternoon I had to jerk off my headphones. Well, that's an unfortunate phrasing, but anyway, it's an adult channel. Get over it. Any case, so I had to take my headphones off really fast, and unfortunately, my readers came flying with them and just mangled. Um, my optometrist was even surprised. He was like, "How the hell did you manage that?" I said, "I told him. I said, well, I had to take my headphones off in a rush to go, take care of something IRL, and mangled." Anyway, so point of this video, seriously though, is hand cannon bounty. I don't understand why it's not working. I pieced out a couple of minutes ago because I just was like, I need to take a break, get off this game for a little bit because I was starting to get hella frustrated. I've been I know crossplay is all about, bringing the community together. Why do I still have this passage here? This shit Trials is over. This shit should be gone. That is so bullshit. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. My quest log is bugged. I guess I don't know. Um, so needless to say, not in the best of moods at the moment. So I'm going to go back in. Hey, I even tried loading a blue. I'm going to go back into the strikes because that was my goal today, was to do a shit ton of strikes, get a shit ton of planet weaponsmith parts, gunsmith materials, and see if I can't roll myself a 7th Seraph sidearm with some decent perks. I mean, pretty much all the perks are good with the Seraph sidearm. This is why I like it so much. I doubt anything is going to get close to this baby. Peace Bond here, she's just been, yeah, she's really good. If I'm in a decent lobby that is fairly matched in connection, um, then, I could be fighting against, 20 win flawless players, and I could still score at least a good kill or two in the match. Because, I mean, my aim is pretty shit, but once I do line up the headshot, I don't like my crap being, ping ponging all over the fucking map. So having something with a laser beam stability like this and that impact, though, I mean, come on, and 30 rounds, 491 rate of fire. I mean, you can't not complain about this weapon. Okay, I even got an alt roll here. I mean, 118 kills. I've never gotten that many kills for as little as I've used this weapon and for as little as I do PvP. I've never gotten that many kills in PvP except for with an auto rifle. When I was mainlining a Gnawing Hunger or a Cirrus Regime. I mean, I'm not kidding. Seriously. I mean, I have to go check my Light GG perhaps to see what they say, but yeah. Or what is it? No, it's DestinyTracker.com. That's who it is. So we're going to go back in to the strikes and see if we can't complete this bounty. Otherwise, I am seriously going to be convinced that Bungie just does not want me playing their game anymore. And I mean, I know I post a lot of sass about their game, but understand, it's not because I hate the game. I don't hate the game. I love this game. I if I have a Tron emulator in my front room that my wife was so very, excited to buy for us because she knows how much I love Tron. She and I used to play Centipede, endlessly. Um, Mortal Kombat on occasion, but we liked the old arcade cabinet style games like Miss Pac-Man, Centipede, Space Invaders, um, and she was not too much of a fan of a Dig Dug or a Galaga like I am, but I have those on my PS4, so it doesn't really matter. But I mean, I play Pac-Man pretty regularly, in my opinion. I grew up on arcades. I didn't have a home gaming system until I got my sister's N60, my little sister's Super Nintendo, when she finally got married and they were playing something else, console wise. I ended up with her Super Nintendo for a little while, and then I gave it back to her one Christmas, as because they were starting to have kids, and I was like, it should stay in the family because you have kids now, and they're, this is something they can use. So anyway, long story short, it was a lot of fun, and it was the first home entertainment electronic system that I ever had. Of course, my wife, grew up with an actual Miss Pac-Man cabinet in their study, um, and I think there was also a Centipede one too, which is why she was such a fan of Centipede and Miss Pac-Man, and it was a challenge, uh, topping her high score because it was always fun. We love those kinds of things, and we would make challenge modes on our own, which is like a reason why I really fell in love with Destiny One, because the game didn't have challenge modes right off the bat. You came up with your own challenges. So you beat the level, you beat the strike or whatever like that. And then you could say, hey, let's do this flawless, or hey, let's do this only using pistols, or let's do this only using our melees. That was freaking random. That's what I'm talking about. I don't see anybody else down here, just me. Yeah. Anyway, so needless to say, um, yeah. So I mean, like I said, I love Destiny. Destiny is a fun game to play. Yeah, if I didn't like it enough, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't keep playing. Now, and you could always say, well, you did pay. Oh, hand cannon thing finally cleared. Yay! Surprise, surprise, surprise. Awesome. Let's see. Maybe it's because I just, like, shut the game down and reloaded or something. Oh, you know what I bet it was? I bet it was because um, the Destiny Companion app had an update, and I didn't. I picked up these bounties before I completed the update. I bet you that's what it was, and that's what caused the bug. Um, but that's going to be okay. Because like, yeah, I like playing for the bounties. Then, like I said, back in Destiny One, challenge modes were things you came up with on your own, and then like Crota's End came out, and there were there was a challenge mode in the way that the boss was bugging, and and I think at the time Cosmo, I think it was, or somebody in the community said, "Oh, it just makes it more challenging." And I'm like, yeah, no, that's not how you be careful what you're selling there, buddy. Um, and so now it's like Destiny 2, everything is challenge mode. Everything is challenge mode. Back in Destiny 1, we learned to platform our way through levels to avoid certain bosses or certain encounters just to kind of like, speed things along. We figured out combos to one phase the targets so that we can speed things along. Now it's like you've got to do those combos just to progress. You got to do those platformings just to progress. Now it's like it's no longer an option. In my opinion, is that mechanics should be there to enhance the play, and they should be optional. Because something only enhances when it's an option. When you make it mandatory, it's no longer an enhancement. It's now, it's a chore. It's a job. So let's be realistic here. How many of us come to this game like we're punching in on a clock? I used to. I did it for a while back in Destiny. Back in the Red War, um, all the way up to about Forsaken when the Drifter showed up. A little bit before the Drifter showed up, actually. I started realizing, you know what? I don't have to do raids to get pinnacles. I don't have to do weekly, you know, um, playlist pinnacles. I don't have to do Iron Banner to get pinnacles. I'm getting power levels just playing the game. It takes me a little bit longer than the people who do the raids, the Iron Banner, and the trials and all that stuff. Um, but for what I play and for how I play, I don't play on my power levels. I play on my character's abilities and the gear and my own player skills. I like to operate on that because you're not always going to have um, a power level for you. You're not. I mean, in PvP, standard bog, standard crucible, everything is battle leveled. It doesn't matter what your power level is, which is why an 1100 could have easily gotten in against a 1300 and had a balanced fight. Joke. Um, but yet in Iron Banner, it's like if you were a higher power level than your target, you only got like, I think, like a 5% buff. But if you were like 10 levels lower than your attacker as a defender, you got a 10% handicap buff. I'm like, no, no. If 1330 is 100 points greater than 1230, then I should do a proportionate amount of extra damage. I shouldn't be handicapped just because I'm fighting somebody who's, just showing up and expecting a participation trophy. Um, that's not good gameplay in my opinion. I mean, I don't want to sound like a grognard neckbeard kind of individual, but it is it is a little bit shameful that the price of entry gets mitigated so readily in this game, and there's so much entitlement that goes on in this game, and then it's like everybody complains about, oh, they're gonna go put Trials behind a paywall. Yeah, good for them. I want them to. First of all, it'll slow down the account recoverers, and then maybe even reduce some of the cheaters. So I mean, I have no problem paying for this game, but I don't want to pay for something that's not rewarding anymore. That's my thing. I don't want to pay for things that aren't rewarding. Um, I don't buy non-alcoholic drinks because they don't do anything for me. Ooh, that's a nice taste. I can go have a Sprite or a Mountain Dew. It's the same thing. Um, I don't buy cigarettes and smoke anymore because it doesn't do anything for me. In fact, it just made my asthma worse. Duh, go figure. Um, Ooh, it's gonna be a little bit sticky in here now. Anybody who ever pushes up this ramp, this is exactly what happens. It's like clockwork, dude. It's so funny. I love it when people push because it's like, yeah, you go ahead and you tank that enemy right now. You tank him real good. I'm supposed to do finishers, I guess, because that's bounties. Ugh. Good time's over. Time to get to working. And this track simulator that Bungie's been really harping on. This is not content. Running this long between frickin' strikes modes or between strike levels is just, ugh. I guess that's why I like the seasonal arena so much and why I miss Black Armory, because there was a lull to kind of let you give a chance to regroup, maybe switch out a load before the boss showed up, but you were wave on wave on wave. It was persistent, and it's good. I like that, because I'm a wave fighter. I'm not necessarily a stand and defend kind of person, but I am a wave fighter. I like that. It speaks to my early gaming history, and I think that's what's really the difference here. Is that is it 7 years ago, 10 years ago almost? Um, all that time ago, long ago, back in Destiny 1, that's kind of who was really coming into this game, is people who were used to playing, the various wave fighters. And now it's like everything's trying to copy, Fortnite. And I'm like, no. No, why, we don't need to copy anybody. Let's just be us. Let's just be Destiny. Let's stop calling ourselves MMORPG, because we're not. Let's stop calling ourselves a Battle Royale, because we're not. Let's stop calling ourselves a survival sandbox game, because we're not. We're first-person shared world looter shooter. So let's just focus on that. Let's focus more on the first person, which is what they're doing. In December, we're going to get adjustments to the weapon perks and shit that'll encourage people to do more gunplay, especially in PvP, which I like. I mean, it's in the shooter. If I wanted to play a melee game, I'd go play fucking I'm not Final Fantasy. I'd go play Mortal Kombat if I wanted to play a melee game. Um, or I'll go play something like Elder Scrolls, like I do anyway. So, hi. Do you want to be my friend? I like you. Let's have a hug. Come on, let's do a hug. Ooh, nice. I almost got my I did. There it goes. Crunch time. So yeah, I'm not salting on Destiny because I hate it, because I don't hate it. I love it. I know it can be better than this, because it's been better than this. And I want to say, I mean, I don't want to buy. Hello? Did we enter some kind of creepy mode here? Because I don't recognize the map now. Bizarre. I don't remember all those lights. It's supposed to be some new challenge mode. Who cares? Come on, stop being immune, you freaking coward. I am going to die now. Thank you. So yeah, the paywall thing. I got no problems with the paywall. Really, I don't. But I'd like to know what I'm buying, you know. And they're asking us to pay sight unseen for 4 dungeons or 3 dungeons or something like that. Um, and if you don't buy them when they come out, well, I mean, if you don't buy them in the digital deluxe edition, you're going to pay apparently a hell of a lot more later on. And I'm like, that's almost predatory, you know, honestly, and not good business. But but yeah, you know, back when Destiny was, you know, playing fair, if you will, I was spending money. But my RNG has been increasingly shittier over the last few seasons. It seems as though, like, if I'm in a 3-man fire team, these 2 kids could be front and center with the boss, but he's going to shoot over their heads and target just me. I was actually in the seasonal arena, and the abominations, right? There's like 6 of us, you know, and I'm paired up with this warlock, and the abomination is just drilling the fuck out of me. And we all know hunters are not as resilient as warlocks. So where's the fairness in that? And I'm just, you know, seriously though, I'm asking the question here, and I want an answer if someone has got it. Anyway, thanks for stopping by.